What's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're gonna have fun playing some mill. We got a new awesome mill card from the new set, as well as just a few other things that kind of work out to help make a blue-white mill deck work for us, and we are gonna make it work for us. Cut Your Losses is a sweet card. 6 mana with casualty of 2, so we can sacrifice something that has 2 power to then be able to copy this spell. And then a target player mills half their library rounded down. So being able to have this happen twice is a really, really big deal. The nice thing about having me just casualty 2 is that we're able to play around that pretty easily. If we have something like Wandering Emperor, it makes a 2/2. So then we can play that out, cast this, the 2 copies of this. And the nice thing is, even if we're playing up against another control deck that has counter spells, they won't typically be able to counter both copies. And so we will at least be milling half their library. The downside of this card is that it doesn't necessarily finish the situation. It doesn't actually finish milling them out completely, but it's a great way to make sure we're getting, if they're at 40, get them down to 20, and then if they're at 20, get them down to 10, and then we have to find a way to make sure we get them from 10 to 0, and that's kind of the hard part with this one. If they go from 10 down to 5, it's really not speeding up the game fast enough at that point. Same kind of issue we run into with Maddening Cacophony, but the nice thing is that now we have that effect multiple times, and we can focus on Maddening Cacophony being just mill 8 cards, which works really great with Seagate Storycrawler, which also works great with having all of our other spells that we have in this deck as well. And so we already kind of have some value of Seagate Stormcaller being able to cast, copy up our 2 mana spells and less. And so that is kind of the things we're going for. With the new set, we got a couple other things that make this really beneficial. First off, like I was showing before, depopulate, 4 mana board wipe, which is really, really nice. Multicolor stuff will cause them to draw cards. Sometimes that can get them out, but that's not really the focus. Really, we just need something that's a pretty solid board wipe on turn 4 is nice to have, along with our Wandering Emperors, along with everything else. We also got some lands that immediately sacrifice as they enter the battlefield and gain us life, which is really important for making sure that we can kind of go off. There is the Archon that was being played for a while that brings our lands in tapped. Sorry, let me bring them up here so you can see them. So Evolving Wilds is a really good land, but if it was brought in tapped, so all non-basic lands were entering the battlefield tapped, Evolving Wilds will then have to wait till the next turn to be able to actually activate its ability, where even if Broker's Hideout enters the battlefield tapped, it will still trigger its effect and gain us life. The downside is that we don't get to, if we have an Evolving Wilds in hand and we want to maybe hold off on using it until we get to Ruin Crab, but maybe get on the battlefield just in case, that's a really powerful effect to have as well. So that's something that can be really nice. So I still have 2 copies of Evolving Wilds. I'm not going for a full play set of the different options for Broker's Hideout, whatever. So 2 copies of Evolving Wilds, 4 copies of Broker's Hideout, and a Field of Ruin, and also Restoration of Jaga. We actually have lots of ways to go digging through our basics, which actually can end up being an issue where we find all of them at some point. And so I didn't want to go too heavy with that. This is kind of what we have right here, and it so far has been working. I did a big testing of this deck kind of before we got the new set, where I didn't add in everything else. I didn't have Cut Your Losses, whatever. I had a full playset of Seagate Stormcaller, and I really loved how this played out with the Fading Hopes, with Fateful Absence, and also Restoration of Jago, being able to put it out into the battlefield for free when it enters the battlefield. Then the next spell I cast will be free. You could even have multiples hit the battlefield, and then you can have 3 copies of Fading Hope or Fateful Absence or Revitalize, whatever, so we can kind of go off and start getting value, or Maddening Cacophony, which would be the best way to go, where we get 8 cards and 16 cards, and then what's 16 plus 8? The next one, 24. That's it. I nailed it. Anyway, so we can start going off with that kind of stuff. That is possible. I did need to cut out some of the Seagate Stormcallers. You know what? We're gonna go down 1 pressure and symbology for the Seagate Stormcaller instead, because it's the fun thing to do. I think that it probably would be more consistent, making sure we get the environmental sciences, hitting our land drops, making sure we're getting up to these bigger plays, because we're trying to get up to 6 mana with this deck. But I do think that we can do that fairly consistently anyway. The one Elspeth actually helps with that as well. The -3 looks 7 deep. You can bring a land onto the battlefield land to the battlefield with a shield counter onto it, or any permanent that's 3 or less, which works for Restoration, is amazing with Restoration. It works for our creatures here, or a Ruin Crab, or just more lands to make sure we can get up to things like a Mary's Call to slow the game down, or win, or Farewells, or Cut Your Losses. The hardest part with this, again, this is the issue I've been running in with everything, is that I feel like every card should be a 4 of, and the deck just doesn't work. I'm trying to stay as close to 60 cards as possible, and right now I'm at 62. I'm really debating if I should just switch over to the Yorion strategy of playing 80 card decks all the time, because I feel like that's the amount of fun that I would like to have. I would like to have more than one memory deluge in this. I would like to have the full plate of playset of Stormcallers and some like card draw in here as well to be able to activate this more efficiently as well. I feel like that could be really powerful, and being able to know that I could eventually run into more effects could be great. But at the same time, though, then you're losing out on consistency and whatever. Not being able to hit as many Ruin Crabs on the opening hand is a bad deal. So anyway, talked way too long about this one. Let's go and dive into the gameplay. Let's see if we can mill some people out with this deck, and wish me luck. Here we go. Hit the like button and subscribe as well. Appreciate it greatly. Oh, we have the Ruin Crab, and the one way we can find blue mana is the one thing we don't want to be using with the Ruin Crab. We're still keeping this though. Restoration means we can go grab the Broker's Hideout after the fact as well. So like we're gonna make this work. We go grab an island. Huzzah. This is the other reason why Restoration is so sweet with this, is because we get to go grab these kinds of cards. I also like this where like it would normally bring in the Evolving Wilds tapped, and you'd have to wait for the next turn. That's where the Broker's Hideouts are really good. So I think right now I have 4 Broker's Hideouts and 2 Evolving Wilds. It probably should be 3 and 3 because like I was saying in one of the other games that the Evolving Wilds can be better, so that because based off of the way that things stack at times, it could be better. All right, go Ruin Crab. All right, let's see how expensive this deck is looking. Fairly expensive. Hopefully we got some of the expensive stuff gone already. We do need to find another blue source at some point. Send the message, pass the turn. Uh-huh, all right. Rude, and it's not even exiled. It's just sad. I guess we just try to ramp up here. So let's yeah, throw out the Broker's Hideout, bring one of those back. We need to find the second blue source is the main thing for this memory deluge. Ramping up is still an important part of our game plan, so making that happen. Good stuff. Professor of Symbology. I think I'm gonna go for Teachings of the Archaics here. Yeah, because I think I'm gonna cast one of these spells on this turn to kill the apparition. We'll gladly trade off here and then Fading Hope the token instead. Absolutely. Let's see here. With Teachings of the Archaics, what does it say? At least 4 more cards than me. So bouncing it back is annoying because it can hit some other stuff. Yeah, we go for Fateful Absence instead on this guy. It would be good to be able to get that back in hand, be able to get more out of the Teachings of the Archaics, but this is okay. Flip the fella around. Don't need a memory deluge yet. Let's just empty our hand a little bit more. So Fading Hope, bounce you. To the bottom. Evolving Wilds out on the battlefield. Not gonna crack it just yet. Able to draw a few cards. And now we attack in. Down to 17, pass turn. Okay, only down to 42. Like we actually are, yeah, we have not milled them very much at all. Memory Deluge hopefully will help with that. Let us find the things we need. Yeah, not gonna crack the Evolving Wilds still. Atawara is interesting. Could bounce back the Felidar Retreat. I also have this Depopulate sometime soon. So, first off, go to combat, attack in. Do I have enough mana to restoration and depopulate, or did I not get enough because of not cracking this? Yeah, I'm one off of being able to do that. All right, so go Deserted Beach, and I'll just pass turn. I want to be able to hold up the Soaring City as a potential thing here as well. I might crack the Evolving Wilds now. It will thin out the number of lands that I'm finding for the Memory Deluge, but if I can find 2 Ruin Crabs, I want to keep it on out there. Go Chariot. All right, so Uber tokens, probably Rabble Rousing and Halo Fountain is the other things they're doing with this deck. The new things. All right, so Memory Deluge. Wow, that is a crap ton of lands. We definitely need the Field of Ruin. And I guess life gain's not bad, so Broker's Hideout, why not? Those are so bad. I guess I should have Evolving Wilds then, huh? Man. Yeah, let it resolve. So if I crack this and flip it around, I can Memory Deluge beginning of the turn. I think we're just going to go for the depopulate though, huh? Maybe on the next turn. All right, yeah, I just passed my turn. We'll hold off still. We've actually grabbed a lot of the lands that we can grab, so I don't want to go too far with that. All right, am I casting the Memory Deluge here? Yeah, we're just gonna pass turn. We have enough blockers out in the battlefield that we should be somewhat okay here. Should have played out the Field of Ruin though. We haven't seen any red, so I don't think the Jet Mirror is going to be a thing, so that they don't have trample. They don't have other very, very scary things. They shouldn't have too much haste, which will likely allow me to get a really good depopulate on the next turn. Aha, second Chariot. So this will be a 5/5. We definitely just want to kill this Chariot so that we can then depopulate and they have nothing. Nothing is the best way to have things. 6/6. All right. Now it's going to be harder to kill it and still be okay. I could go for the Soaring City instead and bounce it. All right, they're not attacking too aggressively, so that's fine. All right, so this could be a Tameo safekeeping. I think we're doing that, and then we're chumping. Great token. Take 5. All right, yeah, just Memory Deluge again. Not cracking that yet. Which gives us higher chance of just hitting all lands. So I want... Ooh, Tasha... What are they at? 39. We have not milled them very much at all. We're definitely going for the depopulate. So Ruin Crab... I think we're just playing it slow still. So I'm debating if I want the Wandering Emperor instead of anything else here. Tasha City's Laughter is pretty nice. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. Pass to my turn. All right, so, ooh. All right, so first off, depopulate. I, 'cause Huzzah. Feel very, very bad about yourself now. I really am not a bad person, I swear. All right. Ruin Crab, go. Now here's the question. Do I want to go Field of Ruin to potentially hit this layer of Hydra? I could also go Tasha's Hideous Laughter right now and really throw their game off. And so I think I'm going to do that. So Field of Ruin, play it right now. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, mill them like crazy here. Oh, not that crazy. I needed that to be more crazy. Pass the turn. It's a 3/3. Apparition. All right, so we activate this now. Another flipping apparition. The hard part is like I probably should go for cut your losses before I go for that was weird. I didn't click on anything. I must have on accident. Cut your losses. I probably should be casting before Tasha's Hideous Laughter, but still getting it down to 10 is going to be worthwhile. 11, whatever. Wedding announcement. We need more removals. We need to find the one farewell that we got. All right. This is still pretty nice though. Yeah, so we're just going Restoration, holding on to the Otawara, and the Field of Ruin. I could decline and not find. Having lands in hand are fine. I don't have to play them out. I know I have 2 more Ruin Crabs, and that is going to be our best way to actually like finish this out. So. Yeah, I'll play a 1-line out. Okay, pass turn. I need to build this Otawara City and go for Field of Ruin for this layer of the Hydra. I'm hoping they put all their mana into it first. Amaria's Call. That's bad. Really got to find another board. Wipe. All right, so we bounce you. We block with this guy. Just try to keep our life a little bit okay. We go ahead and get the layer of the Hydra right now. I guess I could let him cast something, so I should have waited, but that's fine. We're trying to get something else out of their deck. I don't really know what we're gonna do at this point. I keep clicking. I naturally just like click whenever I'm thinking. Oh yeah. All right, so these guys are indestructible right now. Can I survive? If they have too many lands at the battlefield, we're in big trouble. I believe I have something in the graveyard though to get back. Let's see what it is. Professor of Symbology. That's a blocker. Mascot Exhibitions. Yeah. Those are lots of blockers. I could also, yeah, okay. We're playing out Mascot Exhibition now. I think I only have 1 land left in the deck right now. Last turn. Apparition can get the Restoration, which then killing it will give us a 3/3, which is, you know, better. Brutal Flippin' Cathar. All right. Come on, take my Professor. Fine. All right, how much mana do I have? Because I would like to cut my losses and depopulate all at once, and I think I do have enough, so I can do that. All right. So we're not dying this turn. We're going to be able to depopulate. Sorry, cut our losses, sacrifice one of our guys, and then be good. Take 5. See it, Stormcaller. All right, so making sure, yeah, that does leave 4. Okay, so cut our losses. Casualty. Target player. Sacrifice. Do that to the graveyard. Okay, mill. And mill down to 5. Then depopulate. And be able to get a 3/3 back on the battlefield. Oh, and I had a multicolored creature. A booyah. And I guess we'll still hold on to that for now. Pass the turn. All right, down to 4 cards. Down to 10 life too, though. Whoa, and that's a good one they just found. Alrighty. Wandering Emperor does solve that issue unless they have the Tamiyo safekeeping, whatever. I haven't seen one of those yet, but they would only be like a one of probably. And the Madding Cacophony. Oh yeah. Could have gone for Seagate from Color as well with that, but yeah. All right, there we go. And we had the, yeah, so we were set up. Yes. All right. I'm liking how this deck is working out. It is feeling consistent. Very, very good. Wow, guys. 2 Ruin Crabs with this kind of hand. Oh, we're probably going to have them die because if we're on the play, these are fairly safe. But being on the draw, they're going to die. It's sad. Please survive. Please, please, please. Just like, don't die. It would be amazing. The bestest thing ever, 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 ever. Oh, except they actually want stuff in the graveyard. Oh, well. We'll make this arcade. Ruin Crab go. And now we're going to go for the Broker's Hideout. Go grab another blue source. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're building 12 right away. And then Evolving Wilds on the next turn. Oh, if I could find another Ruin Crab as well. Game over, man. Game over. Alrighty. Yeah. This feels awesome. No attacks. Pass the turn. Attacking to that would probably be a less than good idea. Not going to say it's bad, but no blocks. Oh, down to 18. I like the life gain that I get from the Broker's Hideout. That feels awesome. Not having to activate it, not having to decide when I'm activating, all that kind of shenanigans. All right, yeah, it gets into the graveyard, gets double up Nixilis. Has the ability to start making us take some damages. Yeah, decline. That's fine. Fading Hope. We also have this Geist Wave, which is nice, which I probably want to just have to be able to protect myself. I was debating if I wanted to go for the Tasha's Hideous Laughter here, just like really get rid of a lot of their stuff early. Let's see here. Yeah, go for another white source. Wow, man, we have milled them out very far. Down to 27. And we pass the turn. There we go. Not too shabby. Now, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. 13 cards is like the typical kind of average that you get with Tasha's. It can get up to like 20, which would be pretty insane. This deck, let me see what they're doing. It seems like a fairly cheap one. Yeah, Meat Hook. Some 3-drops. Burn Down the House is the more expensive side of things. Invoke Despair. Okay, so they do have some bigger things. Bigger stuff. What's it say again? So resolve that. I think I'm going for the guy, so I just want to see what this is. Exile. Okay. Yep. Bounce you back to hand. Draw a card. Okay. Yes. Excellent. Alrighty.
My goons will make quick work.
Discard a card. We shall decline to do so. We are getting down to 13. I just realized that is a lower life total than I was initially expecting. Oh, yes. All right. So, yeah, I think we're just going full on Ruin Crab awesomeness right now. Play you out. I want to play out this Tasha's Hideous Laughter sooner than later, but right now that's not what's going to be happening. That is one thing that's, I guess, the downside. Evolving Wilds, this goes on the stack, and so people can respond to it while it's on the stack, where Evolving Wilds, I get to choose when it goes. So if they go for a removal spell, I can react with the Evolving Wilds. So I guess Evolving Wilds could be a little bit more consistent on actually making sure that I get the damage dealt there. Pass turn. So we got him down to 14 cards. That means Tasha's Hideous Laughter is a very good chance of just being victory here. No blue mana, so it shouldn't be getting countered. So am I willing to start discarding is the question. Seagate Stormcaller is not amazing. Yeah, we'll decline. Just take the damage. I'm fine with damage. Doesn't bother me. Maybe, hopefully not. Mihik Massacre. Okay. Yeah, might as well Fading Hope here. Bring one of them back to hand. What are they at? So I get to Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and I get to do one of the things someone's calling me. Stop doing that. So there we go. What am I doing? What am I? Oh yeah. So yeah, put that to the bottom. We can find a Madden Cacophony, and that's guaranteed victory here. We're still, we should be able to win with just this Tasha's Hideous Laughter on this next turn, but just in case, you never know. All right, so we're taking a fair amount. Get out that Ruin Crab. Get out that Plains. Mill the 3. Hideous Laughter. And that should be game. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure what the right way to go is. That is. Maybe I should have played the Hideous Laughter first and then played out the land, just in case they got them low enough. Yeah, I don't know. That there's so much strategy. I don't know. On to the next one. All right, up against Gilzera, and no Ruin Crabs. More of just like a control-y okay deck. Should I mulligan to try to get the more aggressive mill? No, we'll hold off. I like Restoration of Ijago. And we can still have a chance of top decking into a Ruin Crab here. That would be beautiful. Oh. In that case, I am going to throw out the Evolving Wilds first, so that I could have Geist Wave available. Best turn. Thalia, that's bad. All of our hand just got a lot more expensive. So yeah, mono white is rough for us on the play. On the on the draw. On the play, I think we have a decent shot. Now I can't even play the Geist Wave, so playing out the tap land now, pass the turn. This ain't great. I'm really not a big fan of Thalia in this format. And the main reason why is that it's, ooh, there we go, a thing to do. And a blocker. There's lots of reasons why I don't really love Thalia in this format. But the hardest part is that it's a more a reason for mono white to be a thing. And mono white is just like so flipping good. And it's annoying how good it is. Let's see if they take the Geist Wave here because it's the only spell we can cast. Or if they take like... Yeah, we have Double Restoration, so then it's probably Wandering Emperor is the next thing. Maybe Memory Deluge, but Wandering Emperor or Geist Wave, I think, are the two best things for them to pick here. Or Restoration, not bad. Yeah, Mono White is just, it's too much of a thing. Too much, and I don't like it. Taking 6. So we have to find a land here. And we did not do that. Yeah, I don't think there's any way of winning now. Yeah, there's no way of winning. These guys get buffed up by the Spellbinder. I don't want to send that back to their hand, so we're just on to the next one. The only hope I had was to find a depopulate, and we had to find a land that turn, be able to find a way to draw or play enough stuff like the Restoration of Ijago here to find the other land, and then top deck into the depopulate at 5 mana, and that would give us a small chance. Not happening. All right, on the draw with no early game actual interaction, just mill, not good enough. Having the depopulate in hand is nice, but we're gonna have to mulligan. Depopulate with Restoration, I like it. Keeping this. Can I keep the cut your losses, or do I need to keep the lands? Let's drop there. We have lots of ways to go finding lands in this deck, so might as well have it in the deck. All Storm Giants go, pass the turn. Come on, Ruin Crab. Always lead off with a blue land in this deck, so you can have the chance of a Ruin Crab off the top. Not so. Not gonna happen. Alrighty. So we're just hoping that this is a very slow player, which it's Esper, which is terrifying. Depopulate's gonna be less good now. And they're also are oftentimes more expensive. Alright. We have to start doing some milling. All right. What did we get rid of? Some removal is nice. We're hoping our very best that Ruin Crab stays alive for 2 more turns, so we can at least mill a little bit more to then have these be bigger hits, more awesome. Oh, all right. That's cool, I guess. It didn't even die, so I can't bring it back with restoration now. All right. I'd like to play the tap land here, but I feel like they're gonna have a counter spell. Either way, it's what we need to get to try to get to cut your losses or whatever else. So play it out. Ooh, nice. Life is okay. Vanishing Verse right away. Rude. Grab a plains. Fast turn. Okay, down to 18. The biggest issue here is going to be the counter spells. They're playing a little more tempo-y, most likely, with the colors that they're in. Probably flashing in a Wandering Emperor here. Which I don't want them to do because keeping our life a little higher is more important. So I think I am throwing out the Tasha's Hideous Laughter anyway. Should have gone for Field of Ruin, but that's fine. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Trying to force counter spells or something to happen here. Memory Deluge. All right, that was a good hit with the Tasha's. That was a very good hit. That does make cut your losses worse now, though. Count Dracula. It's the Sorin version. I have not seen that version yet, like actually on Arena. Legit. All right, so I'm not sure we depopulate yet. I don't think we do. Do I go for just cut your losses here and mill half while they still have a decent amount? That's 13 cards. A better chance of them not having a counterspell right now. You know, and then, yeah, it sets us up to where we can potentially, not us. There we go. Didn't get countered. Sweet. Down to 13. They draw it up to down to 12. This is forcing them to be aggressive, and anything off the top, Madden, Coffee, whatever, gives us a decent chance of being okay. And they're probably going to have to counter the mill cards, which will then let us hopefully cast the Depopulate. It's like your defenses. So yeah, now we're just hoping to top deck anything that's, you know, good. Yeah, they're going super aggressive. They didn't have a counterspell beforehand. All right, so we have Hall of the Storm Giants here as well, and Cave of the Frost Dragon. They're living up all sorts of mana. Could be for Memory Deluge. I want them to spend mana before I cast this Depopulate. All right, go Restoration. Find more lands out of this deck. Yeah, we have to still go for it. Please don't have Counterspell. They have it, they should definitely go for it. You need this six power to do something. Whoa, they just go for removal. Okay, down for that all day long. Bye-bye. All right, so 12 cards. Nothing on board, something on board to have a clock.
I've learned much during my
But we can block that with like Hollow Storm Giants or whatever if we need. So yeah, just back to trying to top deck cool stuff. I like cool stuff. It's my favorite. Yeah, they probably ought to start putting counters onto this ninja.
strike fast and strike hard.
Down to 11. Fading Hope is legit. Fast turn. We're just trying to block, keeping them, yeah, down to 11. 10 the next turn. Let's find a mill card and we should be fine. Just one that has to resolve. Let's see, do they actually have counter spells? I haven't seen anything yet. It's another dude.
Guards, to me.
So I believe I have enough mana to activate Hollow Storm Giants and still go for Fading Hope. We do. I guess I could also tap down the Hollow Storm Giants itself when we're just defensive. All right, block. I'm holding on with Fading Hope. I'm fine taking the 1 here. Do this now. I get to look 7 deep to maybe find either a Restoration, which is still a good card, or potentially a Ruin Crab. The ninja doesn't kill it right away unless I put the counter onto this. Oh, I'm not sure this is good enough. I can kill the Wandering Emperor this next turn as well and just hold on to this. I don't want to draw into another land right now. Yeah, we're going to keep it. It's a little bit funky, but we're gonna. How much mana do I have? Field of Ruin is also pretty powerful for us here. Just like kind of forcing them to find another land out of their deck can bring them down 1 more. So we go for Elspeth. We do the -3 right away.
To learn more about this city.
Restoration, Professor, Seagate Stormcaller. Professor's pretty interesting. I get it for free, so I can go snag the thing that exiles the Wandering Emperor right away. Yeah, we're gonna go Professor. The shield counter is also nice. Ooh, Mascot Exhibition as well. Also, Teachings of the Archaics. Yeah, we're gonna go Teachings. Not going for the Field of Ruin play. I think we're just gonna draw cards here. Many a card. And now we have Madden Cacophony. And we have a blocker. I mean, we can't really block the ninja, but any damage that doesn't go at our face, we're happy with. So if they want to go after Elspeth, awesome. If they have to, otherwise we put a lifelink counter onto this, start hitting in. They're drawing 2, down to 7. So yeah, Madden Cacophony is victory. Counter onto it, goes after oh. Kaya. I forget Kaya is a card in the format still. That's a really good card. Yeah. And it does put ghost counters onto stuff, which is actually really good with the Luxor or whatever, Luxior. That would be fun. All right. Do I feel like they're going to have a counterspell here? Either way, Madden Cacophony. Don't mill half, we mill all 8. Yeah. And opponent scoops it up. Sweet. No counterspells throughout that entire deck. Very surprising. Either that or we milled them over. Let's see here. Was there any in here? No. Wow. Cool stuff. All right. We went 3-1 with the deck out of 4 games there. And it felt really good. Like I feel like this deck was playing very, very well. The 2 depopulates and 1 farewell, somehow we were able to find them at the right times, which is not theoretically going to happen that often. We even found the memory deluge to make sure that we could find them at the right times as well. So like overall the deck was good. We did lose against the mono white deck. We were on the draw. They had a Thalia on turn 2. Into Spellbinder pretty soon afterwards. I think it was like on turn 4, and that's just something we're not going to win unless we have like the perfect early game stuff. Like the way that we win that is get up to 4 mana, play out a Seagate Stormcaller, be able to cast a Fading Hope to bounce 2 of their important things, to then be able to get into depopulate at 5 mana the turn afterwards, even though they're putting Thalia back down and somehow surviving through that time. Like that's like the only way we beat mono white, and we didn't get that on that time. But I think it is totally possible to beat mono white. But I feel like that's one of our harder matchups on the draw, especially. So anyway, that's the deck, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This one was fun. I love playing Mill. I mean, so many people are very angry at Mill that it is an alternate win con that you can do, and everyone's just like, why is that even a thing? Why should you be able to lose the game if you mill out, if you run out of cards? And I love that. I love being able to take out the exploits, all the fun stuff. That's one of the funnest things about Magic is just how versatile the ways to win are. And the versatile in the ways of having fun. And so super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.